Hi, everybody. Very special interview coming up here on YSN Live. It is DJ Yoakley, and we are joined by a young lady who has defied the odds basically her entire life. She comes from a great family full of athletes, but naturally, she stands out amongst the crowd. Then there was a devastating injury. And today we're going to talk about what she's been able to do and how she's been able to stay, kind of heads up and keep her mental welfare in the positive and just keep going because sometimes it can be a trying time, especially in high school when there are uncharted waters. So at this time, we bring in one of the best goal scorers in soccer in YSN history, one of the fastest young ladies you'll ever see, one of the highest character young ladies you'll ever meet. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, the setback is nothing compared to what is to come. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we bring in Didi Ryan. Didi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Was that intro all right? Do I need to go
Yeah,
back and add
yeah,
more to
that
that
was more than
resume?
enough. That was more than enough.
Talk about, I mean, from the get-go, you have stood out. Obviously, JFK is a place that's very special to you, and to do it with your teammates, to have all that success on the soccer field or pitch, depending on where you're from, and then the basketball court, everything that you do in the classroom, on the field, on the court, in the community. We talked about it before. How does this set you back, or does it at all?
Well, to me, this is not a setback. It's just a test from God to make me stronger. I know that it's in His plan that this is not gonna hold me back or, keep me at a spot. I'm just gonna excel from, where I am right now and come back stronger.
All right, walk us through, and I know, and if you don't want to, you don't have to, but walk us through kind of what happened the night of the knee injury.
So, I think it was like the beginning of the second quarter. Um, I was like literally just dribbling to the hoop like I always do. And I was like, I fall and I'm like, well, that's weird. And usually I pop right back up and I start running and get back on defense or something. And I was like, wow, I can't get up. So my teammate Gianna Pompilia comes and like picks me up like from the ground and I start walking away and I'm like, wow, I can't walk. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. So I go out in the hallway and I'm talking to the trainer and he's like, he's not giving me many answers and I'm like, okay, I'll just walk it off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what you think. So I go back in the game and I'm running down the court and I like take a turn and my leg like buckles beneath me. So that was like when I knew I was like, okay, I can't play anymore. Um
So there was no
so that's
pain.
when I knew something was wrong.
There was no pain in it.
No. I,
It
I
was
I was not hurt. I didn't have any pain. My knee didn't swell up. Like usually you see people with like the really big knee. I did not have that. Because most of the doctors that I went to were like, I don't know what's wrong with you because you don't have any pain or swelling. I was doing squats and like bending my knees perfectly fine. But it's just that side to side movement. You know what I mean? Like I could jog in a straight line, but when you go to side, it like just like gives out.
so it turned out to be the ACL.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
I'm sorry, it turned out to be the ACL.
Yeah, just the ACL, thankfully.
Was it a complete tear? What was the diagnosis?
Yeah, complete tear.
Incredible. So the time to get you back on the field, on the court, whatever. What is that? What's that timetable?
Um, right now it's looking like 6 to 8 months, but I'm probably just gonna, I'm just gonna stick it out till I feel like I'm fully ready to go back. I don't want to rush anything because I don't want to make it worse or not come back to my fullest potential. So right now I'm just staying patient and
And that's
just
great.
like yeah, yeah, I'm
To
just
stay.
hoping that like my recovery goes well.
So what do you have to do to get well? I mean, what's the therapy like for you?
Well, right now, the main thing is just like being able to bend my knee. It's really weird. Like, I like live my everyday life now, and I'm like, wait, my leg, like, there's something wrong with it because I can't like bend my knee like a normal person. So, right now, it's just focusing on getting my knee bend back and being able to walk without a limp.
That's I love that you're laughing through all of this. Because guess what? If you wouldn't laugh, you'd cry, right? It's one of those
Yeah.
scenarios um, with no pain, with nothing to really sit there and go, okay, well, it had to be challenging in your mind to
Oh
say,
yeah.
okay, what's why is my body failing me right now? And then to go to the doctors. Obviously, you get a second opinion, and you get all of that, and they're telling you, we don't know what's wrong with you. Like you said, that
Mhm.
had to be trying for you mentally.
Yeah.
What was that like? And then as the season continues to go, as you're out because they're trying to figure things out, what was that like for you?
Um, well, honestly, it just really sucks because, like, obviously sports are, like, a really big part of my life. So, like, just sitting there and not knowing what's wrong with me and watching my teammates play and, like, knowing that it would usually be, like, me on the court with them, like, having a good time, just, like, doing what I love, like, that was the worst part for me, like, just thinking, like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I know I can't play. And that's what was, like, the hardest for me in the beginning, and even now just sitting there knowing that I can't do anything to help my team, especially in the tournament, it really sucks, but, I know that they know what to do, and they have more than enough skill, and I know that they have my back, so, obviously, there's a sense of comfort in that, knowing that, like, those are my best friends, and I know I can count on them even while I'm out.
Just knowing how supportive the JFK community is, and obviously your family and
Yes.
how much they mean to you. What have been some of the best conversations you've had? Text messages, voicemails, whatever.
Um, I honestly couldn't even tell you. I have gotten so much love during this time, that I didn't even realize I had. Like, the support has been literally endless, and I'm so grateful for everyone around me, even if it's people that I don't talk to, like, on a daily basis. Like, it's just so amazing to see, like, how many people have reached out and, like, truly care. And I think that for me was the biggest thing is people that, like, I wouldn't expect to reach out to me have, and that means more to me than, like, they know it does.
Naturally, you're a gamer. You're someone who rises the occasion every time there's a competition. So for you, I know you're trying to take things patiently. But are you fighting the urge to, okay, I'm going to show them. I'm going to get back. I mean, that I don't even know if the Aaron Rodgers factor when he tears his Achilles and he's going to be back in 6 weeks as opposed to 6 months or whatever that is. Do you have to fight back that competitive nature that you have
Yeah,
inside you?
well, I was telling my friend, I was like, "I wanna be doing a backflip the day after I get out of surgery." And the first playoff game we had, it was, like, 4 days after my surgery. During halftime, I was shooting threes on my one leg.
Oh my goodness! And everybody's sitting there holding their breath. I guarantee it. Like, oh boy, soccer coach is sitting there like grinding the nails. So for you being that competitor, wanting to get back out there, is it challenging? Like, do you have to hold yourself back in things that your mind's telling you, I can do this. There's no doubt in my mind.
Sorry.
I love it. I love it. Is there ever a time where you have to hold yourself back?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, even when I was, like, shooting shots at halftime, I thought about it and I was like, "Wow, I probably shouldn't have done that." 4 days out of surgery, but I mean, I know my limit and, like, I know, like, how much I can do. So, like, it's just kinda, like, basing it off of, like, even when people tell me to, like, stop doing stuff if I'm doing too much, I'm like, I kinda know, like, what my level is of, like, what I can do and what I can't right now. So, like, I kinda just base it on, like, how I'm feeling, you know what I mean?
So we talked about the support system. You said there's so many, too many to even start to mention, which is awesome and deserved. So for you, when you get back on that floor or the pitch or wherever you find yourself when you come back, what do you think that's going to be like? Have you closed your eyes and really put yourself in that moment yet, or are you kind of waiting because you don't want to get yourself too ramped up?
No, I've definitely thought about it. For me, I think now, like, this has really taught me to not take anything for granted. So, like, my first time I step on the field and step on the court next year, I'm not going in with the same mentality that I have this year or years before, because obviously this has never happened to me. Um, like, I just want to become a million times better than I was before. So to me, it's kind of just like that switch in, like, my mentality now. like, I don't have all the time in the world, so I need to come out and prove myself.
Okay, stop. So you're telling me there's a second gear to Didi Ryan that we haven't seen yet?
Yeah.
Oh, game over, folks. Thanks for
After this,
coming.
there will be.
Oh my good, like they don't even need to show up. Like, best of luck. God bless you. We'll see you. Thanks for contributing, Didi. That's incredible. I mean, what a mindset to have. That there is a second gear. That that there's another beast inside of there that hasn't been fed yet. I mean, did you know this before the injury, or is this something that just kind of clicked for
No.
you and said, "Oh my gosh, here we go"?
But that's why I'm kinda grateful that this did happen, like, obviously, it sucks, and I wish it didn't happen, but, like, I'm trying to look at the positive end of things, like, this is only gonna make me stronger, and the main thing that I'm not worried about, like, my physical strength as much, I need to work on my mental strength, so that is gonna be the biggest thing for me, like, throughout this recovery process, and coming back from the injury is, like, every time I step on the field or the court, like, I'm gonna be grateful that I'm able to be there, you know what I mean? I know how it feels to sit on the bench now, watch my team from the sidelines, all of that. So, like, I think that is what is, like, the main motivator.
So basically, what you're telling everybody right now, if I may read between the lines, is get your hits in now because when Didi comes back, it's going to be trouble.
It might be, it might be.
I love it. I mean, listen, anytime there's a Ryan on the back of a jersey, you're probably in trouble. Everybody knows that. But let's talk about that family. I mean, your family, special family, huge group of supporters, not just for you, but for the entire community. What is it like growing up in that family and learning to be a communal supporter as your family has done for so long and for so well?
Yeah, I'm really grateful. I have such an amazing family. M Funny story, my mom, the day I got she fell on ice during work the day before I got surgery, and she did not even care that she had, like, a broken arm. She was holding me, like, picking me up after my surgery, helping me up the stairs, and, like, that just shows me, like, my family's so supportive, like, even when I'm down and my mom was down, like, she still stepped up to help me, like, even my dad coming over my house every day, my grandparents, everyone, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, like, literally everyone was there for me, and even just a text, like, it means so much to me, like, just for them to be reaching out, and I just know that, like, I'm surrounded by so much love by them. And my brothers, of course. I'm making them do a lot of stuff for me,
That a girl. They can do
even
it.
if
They're
they don't want
fine.
to. See, everyone knows them as, like, Nick, Duncan,
Slam
and
dunk champion.
yeah, running down the court. Well, I know him as, "Come upstairs and bring me water.
Ding ding Nick. Come
Bring me
on.
some food."
Bring the water. What's speaking of food, what's your go-to right now? Like what are you making Nick cook up for you in the air fryer?
Oh, I don't want him touching anything. I don't want him cooking me anything. He could just I'll just make him go get me stuff.
I love or what's the go-to for you?
Um, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chipotle.
There's got to be a Panera in there too,
Oh,
right? You
yes,
got to do
Panera, of
Come
course, of
on.
course.
Come
That's
on,
all my
Didi.
dad gets me. That's all my
I
dad
would
gets me.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Um let's let's talk about the relationship with your siblings. What is that like? I mean, the most competitive family I think I know is you guys. What is that dynamic like when you guys are playing a video game or or Monopoly or
Oh, and
something along those lines?
it gets violent for sure. Um, it's kind of funny because, like, I feel like if I didn't have my 3 brothers, I wouldn't be, like, the same person that I am, like, especially as an athlete, like, I play like I have brothers, and people have told me that before. So to me, like, it's kinda just like I always wanna one up them, which is hard obviously sometimes because 'cause they're, like, so much bigger and stronger than me. But, it kinda, like, just, like, gives you motivation to be better and, like, of course, they make fun of me and knock me down, but, like, it makes me stronger, so I'm grateful, and they always support me no matter what. So for that, I'm really grateful too.
I mean, we've talked about your support a little bit. Let's talk about what you've been able to do for people all over. In that gymnasium, I've seen it with my own eyes. the little kids that look up to you, the next generation of Eagles, the next generation of Hoopers, the next generation of goal scorers, they look up to you with saucer eyes. I mean, just can't believe what you're doing. But the fact that you acknowledge them, what does it mean to you to look to the sidelines and to see the next generation with eyes just peeled on your jersey number or what you're doing in your every move?
To me, it kind of means like I want to show them that like you can be yourself. You know, you don't have to be like everyone else. I think it's important to me that like it's great to be a good athlete, but it's even better to be a good person and good in the classroom and a good friend and a good teammate and a good sibling, a good daughter, whatever you are. So I think to me, it's like not so much about like how skilled I am at basketball when I'm playing or soccer. I think it's more about like how I treat everyone while I'm on the field or court. That's more important to me. Like I want to set a good example for not only my teammates but also the people watching. And you never want to be the person that was like, "Oh, she's really good, but you know, she's really mean when we're playing her." You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
that's like what's really important to me is just like being a good person because that adds a lot to someone and that makes you an even better player.
Last question I have for you, and I thank you again for the time. Who has been your role model along the way? I mean, on the floor, on the field, off the field, role models in your life that have made you who you are today, and the great young lady that you've become.
Um Definitely my parents, but I look up to my brothers so much, like, they probably don't know it, and it's probably bad that I'm saying this because now they're gonna know, but I look up to my brothers so much, like, in everything, like, they're great at what they do, and it kinda means a lot to me to have some people in my life that are so close to me that I can look up to, that I literally do everything with every day. So, definitely my siblings I look up to, and also, like, I it motivates me to be better because of them. So, for that, I'm so grateful. And, of course, just, like, knowing that, everything that I do through God, like, that motivates me even more too. Like, I wanna be a good role model for everyone through the Lord.
Didi, I mean, we're not worthy. I mean, these moments with you and to show who you are inside, not just who you are on the field or on the court, they're incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to seeing you March 22nd at Boardman for the All-Star game and honoring you for all the great things that you've done this season,
Thank
uh,
you.
prior to and after your injury, because that's
I
important too.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time
Thank
again,
you so
and
much for having me.
you got it. We'll see you soon.